let's get to this. What is it with this? With CNBC is sort of where all of the Trump administration officials go on to deny climate change. It's the same guy. I mean, he brings it up, but who is this guy on CNBC? No, not Rick Perry. I know who Rick Perry is, but the host also had on the head of the EPA and asked him the same question. And Rick Perry basically joins it. Look how Rick Perry's completely seems to be. I mean, this is pretty rudimentary stuff, right? Like, you don't have to say, like, I've done my own research. You just have to say, yeah, I've read that 95% of scientists feel this way. Rick Perry gets really tripped up with this question.
It's Joe Kernan, by the way.
Right,
He's
Joe
been there
Kernan.
since 1995 at Squawk Box. So.
All right, here he is at Squawk Box. Wow. 95. What is his father-in-law own the place? All right, so here he is speaking to Rick Perry. You got to wonder, like, where is Rick Perry right now? He's at some hotel. It's probably an energy conference, my guess. Like, this is what he wanted to do. He didn't realize that being Secretary of Energy actually had to do more with our nuclear program than he wanted to just be an ambassador and go hang out to parties like this. But let's hear what he's got to say.
It's been pointed out that the EPA, with talking about CO2, talking about emissions, that maybe toxic sites, maybe some of that didn't get quite the attention that toxic waste cleanup, all kinds of different areas because of the focus on CO2. When Scott Pruitt was on, I asked him whether he believed that CO2 was the primary control knob for climate, and he said no. You've mentioned CO2 a couple of times in emissions. I was wondering, do you believe CO2 is the primary control knob for the temperature of the Earth and for climate?
No, most likely the primary control knob is the ocean waters and this environment that we live in. I mean, the fact is...
Pause it. Hold on one second. Let me be clear on this. No, probably the control knob is the ocean waters, which just apparently their temperatures just change. There's no real physical reason why they do. They just they're moody, and then just broadly speaking,
it's like a girl, man. It's just the control knobs, the weather, just does
like,
stuff.
and then it's the environment, like it's the world.
It's a holistic approach.
It's totally. Why does the environment change? Because, dude.
I mean, that's like circle of life, bro. I mean, it's high level.
Yeah, just dial it back a little bit.
No, most likely the primary control knob is the ocean waters and this environment that we live in. I mean, the fact is, this isn't shouldn't be a debate about, is the climate changing? Is man having an effect on it? Yeah, we are. The question should be, just how much and what are the policy changes that we need to make to affect that? I mean, there's just this idea that science is just absolutely settled, and if you don't believe it's settled, then you're somehow another Neanderthal. That is so inappropriate from my perspective. I think if you're going to be a wise, intellectually engaged person, being a skeptic about some of these issues is quite all right. So the point is, are we going to continue to have innovation that helps affect in a positive way our environment? Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm excited about what we're going to see coming out of our national labs, coming out of the private sector, working in concert with private, or I should say public and private sector opportunities.
Yeah,
all right.
That's great. Man, like Galileo and just sort of like space and time and all sorts of different things, like intellectual, doing stuff. I'm excited about it.
Rick Perry reads one Bret Stephens column, and then he's throwing words like intellectual.
He's like, we need my smoking pipe out for this one.
I'm not wearing these glasses for nothing. And so, I'm excited about it. We're going to do private things and also probably public.
Y'all hear about this new Jew that writes for the Times, and he's all like, how can you know what we don't know, man? I mean, that's deep.
That's just, I mean, it's amazing that guy, maybe he's still on back medication, but wow. Oh, incidentally, he's in charge of our nuclear arsenal and storage and waste. And so have a good night. Sleep well. Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos